Hey, this is Gale Nelson. This is the Game of Life.
Yeah, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that.
Welcome to the Game of Life. We are live in the Boogie Live studios here at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Miami. I'm your host, Gale Nelson, President and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Miami. And there's a whole lot of excitement in Miami. Elisa Padilla, Senior Vice President of Marketing and Community Relations of our Miami Marlins. Welcome to the Game of Life.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Now, how many podcasts have you done in your life?
So this is my very first.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're going to start,
love
you
it.
got to start with the Game of Life.
That's exactly right.
Now-
Start with the best.
I love that. I love that. And let me say something to you as it relates to the Game of Life. And people say, is this a sports talk show that Gale is doing? Absolutely not. Game of Life is metaphoric. In the Game of Life, Elisa, everybody makes the team. We all, regardless of where you start, but how you play is up to you.
Yeah.
And so it's not about diminished expectations or anything like that. It's about giving our kids, giving our community the best possible opportunity to unleash the potential that's within each of us. That's what the Game of Life is all about.
That's great.
So
Awesome.
welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, not only do we welcome you to the show, but welcome to Miami. So, Elisa, tell us a little bit about your professional journey and what brought you to Miami.
Well, first of all, thank you again for having me. I'm super excited to be here. A professional from my professional journey, been in sports and entertainment for 30 years.
Wow.
Have had a really, really exciting career and a journey. Started my career in professional basketball, working for the New York Knicks.
Okay.
Fell in love. Have always been, a basketball lover. Love that game, and really, marketing is my passion. It's really the psychological, perspective of marketing is just something that I really, really love. Having that emotional connection with a product is something that I really relish. So I started my career with the New York Knicks. Knew that I wanted to be head of marketing for a sports team. And really wanted to hone in on having a diversified background. So after probably like 4 years with the Knicks, I went and got my MBA in marketing to really solidify from an education perspective that I would be prepared to be a CMO one day. Worked at the NBA, so know how the league works with the teams.
Sure.
Worked at HBO Sports, learned boxing, learned Hispanic marketing, really got an understanding of multicultural marketing working at HBO. Then I decided that, it was time to just take a little break from sports, and I went to work for AT&T, and that was when cell phones became really big, and I really wanted to understand how that was going to influence marketing and marketers. Spent 2.5 years at AT&T, working in the diversity space. And then I got a call from a recruiter who was looking to fill a position with the New Jersey Nets at the time. And went through a few interviews, and it was very interesting. When they called me to schedule the interview with the hiring manager, it was on a Friday at 3:00. And I'm like, who interviews people on a Friday afternoon at 3:00? I'm like, so I thought, honestly, I was like, they must just be going through the process of just, getting some people in the door. Well, Gale, I will tell you that we had an amazing meeting, and the following week, I was called back to meet with the CEO, and within 2 weeks later, I was offered the job.
Wow.
So started with the Nets in 2010, 18 months prior to their move to Brooklyn.
Okay.
And I was told, put a plan together, get us to Brooklyn. We're going to relaunch this team. And fast forward, I was there for 7 years. I went from director of marketing to chief marketing officer of not only the Nets, but also of Barclays Center. So I helped move a team from one state to another. The transformation of that brand was incredible, something that I'm so proud of. Opened up an amazing arena in Brooklyn, which anyone who's part of that team, who opened up that arena, and it's just something, like a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Absolutely.
So very, very blessed. And ironically enough, I had been there for quite a while, and then I got a call from Apple. And I thought, okay, well, if Apple's calling, I'm answering
You
the
take
phone.
the call. You take the call, but you're consistent though.
Yeah, right.
AT&T. Now let's jump to Apple.
Right. So, got a call, and they were interested in me being part of their head of product launch, and decided, you know what? If this global company, the best of the best, if there's an interest, how could I say no? So I left the Nets, moved myself and my family to Cupertino, California. Went to work for Apple, and when I was with Apple for a month, Hurricane Maria hit in Puerto Rico, and my life turned upside down. So I don't want to get into any of those details, but what I can say is fast forward, for very, very personal decisions, I came back to New York, to the East Coast, and then I started working at a real estate company, heading up their marketing, and I ran into a friend who I had worked with at AT&T. And, we were talking, and he said to me, he was like, oh, so how do you you went to a consumer products company in Apple, and now you're working in real estate. And I was like, well, my heart is really in sports. He said, would you ever relocate again? And I said, well, I will only relocate if it gets me closer to Puerto Rico. And he said, well, I know Chip Bowers, who was just named president of the Miami Marlins. And I said, okay. And he made an introduction, a few calls and a trip to Miami. I arrived in Miami June 4th and started in my current position as SVP of Marketing Community Relations. So super, super excited to be here. And I see tremendous opportunity with the Marlins.
Yes.
And that is really what made me come here. The fact that I see the opportunity, I see the potential of making baseball Miami's favorite sport, and to really look. I mean, I know from experience in Brooklyn, I know what it's like to start at the bottom and get to the top and see it like live, and see, the Nets games filled with 15,000 people, despite the fact that we weren't winning, because it really, we weren't the best team in the NBA. And that's what I see here in Miami. When, the first game that I worked, I was like, you know what? I see it. I can visually see 38,000 people in this ballpark, and we're going to do it. And I'm proud and excited to be part of the team that's going to make that change here.
You're a ball of excitement. You're not only is it your journey, but it's the passion. The passion for Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
The passion for telling a story.
Yeah.
The passion for representing a brand.
Yeah.
It's one thing to market something saying, please support this product. No, you're talking about the culture of a team, the culture of an organization. Yeah. And as Big Brothers, Big Sisters, we're a legacy organization, 114 years old nationally and 60 years old here in Miami. So we like it caliente. And so we're going to make sure. And so you're right. So now, Elisa, welcome. I didn't talk like this when I'm from Ohio. I'm just trying to show off. But it's my show, so I can do it, right?
That's exactly right.
But you absolutely, the passion and the energy. And I got to give a shout out. Marketing is about telling the story and all of that and positioning. But the Marlins have been great in partnership with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. And certainly, I think about, Miami Marlins staff serving as mentors, workplace mentors for high school students. Marlins staff providing, obviously tickets for some of our littles. And in a lot of cases, it was their first ball game. And we take for granted what these kids, where they start, what they deal with, but the fact that they live at or below the poverty level does not determine their destiny. I say that all the time. And so hosting our graduation ceremony, so I would not be doing my job if I didn't just say thank you to the Marlins organization for not only being great partners historically, but bringing somebody in that's going to take this to another level. So there's a lot of excitement. You got me excited in the studio. And here at Boogie Live Studio, it's all about excitement.
Yeah.
But not only that, the new colores. Tell
Yeah.
us what's all the excitement about, not just because Elisa's here, but tell us what's going on with the Marlins organization now.
So we're really excited, and I will start off by saying that we know the challenges that we have.
Yes.
We know that, you know what, there is a lot of work to be done. And what I will say, Gale, is that we have a team that's prepared to do the work.
Good.
And we understand consumer perception, and we understand, look, if we were winning cures it all, right? But we're not there yet. So with this approach of the relaunch of the brand, when I arrived, and I want to make it crystal clear, when I arrived, the uniform was already designed, the logo was already done. It was my job to launch it.
Okay.
So I want to be crystal clear on that, and educated myself on the history. You know, how did the logo come to be? What are the significance of the colors? And what I found out was that tremendous research was done to really understand the colors of the city of Miami. So our logo is comprised of caliente red,
Caliente red.
Miami blue.
I'm your model. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Miami blue, midnight black, and slate gray. And those colors come from the inspiration of Calle Ocho, the vibrancy and the culture of Miami. So as I learned and I was educated on the backstory and the origin of the logo, and when you look at the Marlin is, you know, he's much more athletic and he's strong to show the power of you know, the Marlin. So and the script font, again, they did a lot of research, comes from Latin America typography. So it was very thought out in regards to what the look and the feel was going to be. So, you know, for me, when I think about, you know, brand marketing and I think about marketing, it's all about an emotional connection, right? You could think about your favorite brand. There has to be an emotional hook there. And my goal, and what I, you know, have said to everyone that would listen to me or that will listen to me, is that we need to build this from the ground up. And the only way that we're going to build it from the ground up is to really be part of everyone's, you know, lives, so that we're not just coming across as a brand that's asking for come and buy our tickets. No.
Right.
We want to be authentic in our approach. We want to be transparent. And the reality of it is, Gale, is that we are committed to make the city that our players wear across their chests proud of the city that we represent. And that's really, really, really important to us. So our colores was born out of the fact that we play in Miami, that Miami is very vibrant, and the reality of it is that you see all these colors in your everyday life.
That's exactly right.
Right? So if wherever you're driving in Miami, you're going to see red, you're going to see blue, you're going to see black. So we're already here. So now what we're doing is we're just amplifying the fact that we are here, we're your local team. And the launch was incredible. We started off with the 2-day teaser where we were teasing that something was coming. And on launch day, what was actually really, really special was that we did it as an entire organization. So we had a town hall meeting, and after we went through and presented everything that everyone was going to see in the marketplace, we actually did a countdown, and together as the front office staff, we launched the logo via social media. And we did that
nice.
together. So it was
Nice.
really cool. And then the next day we had a day full of community appearances, starting with our CEO, our president of business operations and baseball operations, with our players, with our alumni. We did surprise and delights. So we were in the community because it's really, really important to us to be part of the community. And we want to not only reflect the community that we're in and that we're servicing, but we also want to be part of their everyday lives. So we're excited of what's to come. We're doing a bunch of renovations at the ballpark.
Okay.
So we are renovating the club. We want to reimagine what that premium experience is like. We're also looking at the other side from an SRO perspective. We're putting in social spaces where, you know what, the lowest entry is, $10 to come in. And you know what, you can roam the park and you can have that experience. We're also launching a section, Comunidad 305, and it's about stand up Miami and show your pride. And so whether you're a millennial or you have an affinity to your heritage, this is an area in the ballpark where it's 700 plus seats, where for membership, a full membership is $8, and you're going to be able to bring in your flags. You're going to be able to bring in your instruments. Represent. So it's all about, again, we're looking at it from a point of view of we want to be the place to be where you can come in, you can be prideful, and you can have a great culinary experience, enjoy entertainment, and enjoy baseball too.
See, that's Miami. And so from a marketing standpoint, your intentionality, this seamless transition. It's not like, okay, Miami, we're here. No, we're a part of Miami. The Miami Marlins is synonymous with Miami.
Yeah, that's
and
exactly
so
right.
just hearing you, just the excitement. And I just got to say to our listening audience, we're coming to you live from the Boogie Live studio here at Big Brothers Big Sisters. We have a very special guest bringing a whole lot more caliente to Miami that's already full of a whole lot of caliente right now. The Senior Vice President of Marketing Community Relations, Elisa Padilla, the Senior Vice President. So let me just say this. When we talk about the excitement of just going to a ball game, 'cause that's an experience.
Yes.
It's not just a ball game, it's an
Yeah.
experience. And it sounds like you all are just taking, the Miami Marlins are taking the experience to another level. Be who you are, represent, be proud of who you are, and enjoy a good time as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we're being very thoughtful, and we're
Yes.
leaning in regards to, look, last season the team launched a campaign, Dímelo. So we got a lot of fan feedback, and we're taking that feedback seriously, and we're really thinking about the consumer journey. So what is yes, people say, oh, you're just selling tickets. No. In sports, we sell an experience. The ticket is how you get in, but it's really an experience that we're selling. So we're really thinking through, what is it? How are you going to get to the ballpark? Once you get there, what's your parking experience? And then once you park your car, what is, when you're coming in through the gates, what's that experience? And then, while the game is happening, what's that experience? And it's all about storytelling too.
right.
We want to make sure that we're relevant so that when people leave, they say, you know what, I had such a great time, I'm going to come back, and I'm going to bring so-and-so back. So we're really, really thinking everything through, and thinking the consumer first, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important.
If you're listening in and you want to call in, 305-631-2343. That's 305-631-2343. Here live, Boogie Live Studios, Big Brothers, Big Sisters, with Senior Vice President of Marketing Community Relations, Elisa Padilla. Elisa, what are some of the excitement of the colores, the excitement of the fan experience? Make sure every aspect of it, that Marlins experience is not only representative of Miami, but what are some exciting things that are coming up for the future as well?
Yeah, so for sure, I will share, we are, as we're going into the 2019 season,
Yes.
we're focusing on weekends. So it's Party en el Parque. Friday nights, Little Havana nights, it's going to be focused on food and music. Saturdays is Park Before Dark, so we know that people here in Miami like to go out and have a great time. Our Saturday games start next year at 6:10, so much earlier. So there's an opportunity for you to, come to the ballpark, enjoy a game on your way to dinner. Saturday is going to be our big show day, so we're going to be looking at programming from premium items to celebrity DJs to post-game concert and fireworks. And then Sundays, which is Sunday Fun Day, which I'm actually really excited about, is Family Fun Day. So it's really focused all on the kids. So not only kid giveaways, not only kid food, but we're looking at to have a kid host, a kid DJ.
Wow.
Have the kids sing the national anthem. Everything will be focused
Love
on
that.
kids. So for us, it's really, look, the weekends, we know when people here in Miami have a lot of choices. But again, we're being very thoughtful in the programming, because that's where it's going to be happening, is at Marlins Park.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be the place to be.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
a block party
Yes,
as well. Tell me
tonight.
about that. To block parties tonight. Tell us
yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so tonight, finishing off and putting a bow on our brand relaunch,
Yes.
we are going to be holding a complimentary block party because I think it's important that people know from 6 to 10 at Geraldo Plaza in Coral Gables. There's going to be music. There's going to be player appearances. We're going to have alumni there. We're going to have a bunch of photo ops and brand interactives. So it's really about, again, us being part of the community, us being where our fans or potential fans are going to be. So tonight, I think it's not that I know it's
There
going to
you
be
go.
a fun time.
There you go.
And it's going to be awesome. So I encourage anyone who, you don't have plans for tonight, come down to Coral Gables and join the Marlins.
Well, we are thankful that you are joining us in Miami, not only just on the podcast, The Game of Life, but the fact that you're a part of the Miami Marlins team, the Miami
you.
Marlins family, the excitement. I mean, Miami, listen, and here, take it from me. This thing is real. This thing is caliente. Miami Marlins, great brand in Miami, taking it to another level. Elisa Padilla, Senior Vice President of Community Marketing and Community Relations for the Miami Marlins. Keep doing your thing. We look
Thank
forward to seeing more and more. I got about 2,100 little brothers and little sisters, and a few of them can sing too. So just saying. And we're here at the Boogie Live studio. There's a DJ, IRIE, that I may be able to hook up to. So just saying. So keep making it happen. At the end of the day, when the Marlins are winning, Miami's winning. Not only just on the field, but off the field. Our kids are winning.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, we like it like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the
Thank
show,
you.
Elisa.
Thank you.